Hi book nerds! Happy New Year! We are in 2026 and wow, this has been a crazy year. I started my YouTube channel, I've been writing more, it's just been crazy. And normally on Thursdays I would try and do a book review, and I do have some books that I still need to review, but I figured it'd be really fun to close out the year of 2025, bring in year 2026 by discussing the books that I have read and posted on my channel. So, this is the first book I've posted on my channel for a review, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. It is still my favorite book of all time as this moment. Rainbow Rowell is actually coming out with a new book this upcoming year, Cherry Baby, and I am very excited for it. I love this book so much. I love rereading it all the time. It has just been so much fun, and since it was also my first video, I'm sure I was very sporadic with it. I probably still am. My second book that I discussed was Agatha Christie's Black Coffee, even though it's the novelization by Charles Osborne. I've got a bunch of little stickies on it. This was actually really fun and interesting. It was a good segue into me starting to love mystery books. I still have a lot of mystery books that I still want to read, and thankfully we have all of next year. Third book, and my first DNF, The Telltale Heart by Kate Conte. I was talking about this book to one of my friends, and I didn't express that it's not that Telltale Heart, and she was absolutely appalled. She was like, "You didn't like Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Heart?" I was like, "Oh no, I haven't read that yet. I have it on my bookshelf actually." But I was like, no, it has the same title, but it's not the same thing. And then I showed it to her, she was like, "Oh." So if you want to see me crash out on this, you could go watch my video, but I love the concept. I just think it could have been executed better. And before anyone says anything, I actually read through all the way in the middle of, I physically read half of this book before I decided to DNF it, and honestly, best decision of my life. Reading should make me happy and not make me upset, frustrated, or anything like that. I mean, dense books should make you think, but anyway. Fourth, Words on Bathroom Walls. I've already seen the movie before I read this, but I originally bought the book to read before watching the movie, but that didn't pan out. But I'm so glad I did finally get to read it. It just makes me want to watch the movie all over again. There is a few slight differences between the book and the movie, and if you guys are interested in me trying to attempt to point out differences in movies and books and anything like that, I can try, but I'm not good at it. I don't think I am. I just word vomit. But yeah, really did enjoy this book a lot more than I thought I was going to, especially when I found out that this was a first-person point of view, but I still loved it. I still really enjoyed it. And my fifth book, The Perfect Girl. This was actually also a reread. I mean, Fangirl, very obviously a reread, but The Perfect Girl by Gilly Macmillan. I think I struggled saying her name before. I read this it wasn't in middle school, it had to be in high school. This book is old to me. I've had this book on my shelf for almost a decade. I read it I think in 2 days, and it was just I didn't fully understand it when I first read it, and then I think reading it the second time around, it kind of became more clear to an extent. I don't know. I thought the story was really interesting. I thought the mystery was pretty fun and cool, and again, I love mystery books that actually give you a mystery. I have so many thoughts on certain movies who don't give you an actual mystery, but. And The Book of Awesome. This was a really quick read. This was super fun, super easy. Just flipped any page. Neighbors with pool. Yeah, that's the thing that is really awesome in life, is when you have a neighbor with a pool and you get invited over. It's just a bunch of little happy stuff, and a great winter read, a great thing to just kind of remind yourself of what to be happy about, and you could really just find joys in the little things in life. I bought this book years ago, and that was the first time I was reading it and reviewing it. Yes, the classic Outsiders, and I just realized I am taking these books in my brain just left the building. Oh my god. I'm talking about these books in the order of which I posted about them. So, Heroic Story of Friendship and Belonging. I had to read this in middle school, and it was always such a fun, not a fun read, but it was always an intriguing read, interesting read, and this is actually, at least in media that I consume, referenced a lot. So it was really fun to actually like kind of reread it, be fresh in the mind with it, and yeah, it's a classic for a reason, and I would definitely reread this again. Probably not anytime soon, but definitely somewhere in the future. And yes, this is the crash out I talk about the most. Murder by Cheesecake, a Golden Girls cozy mystery by Rachel Ekstrom Courage. I love the story. It reads like I'm watching a Golden Girls episode. I love that so much. I got beef with the actual mystery, but I'm very excited for the second book of the series coming out this upcoming year in 2026. I'm so excited, but I don't know. I crashed out really big on this book because of the mystery, and so I'm a little bit nervous about the next mystery. But it's the Golden Girls, and I love the Golden Girls, and I love this book. I love how the characters interact with each other. So I'm excited for the next book either way. I don't know whether or not to consider William Shakespeare's classics or not, because, I don't know, I feel it's William Shakespeare. I feel like William Shakespeare is its own category. Much Ado About Nothing, William Shakespeare. This is just such a funny play. I like watching the movie that came out in the 90s or 80s, somewhere around that time, I can never remember. But the play itself is funny. I read this within, I think, 2 days. I think because like I started reading it one day and then I stopped and then I finished it the next day. And I think the first day that I was reading it, I was actually in a bar reading this, which my friends thought was so hilarious that I brought a book to a bar. Just let me have fun, guys. I really did enjoy that book. I like William Shakespeare. I have a couple other William Shakespeare plays that I have on my bookshelves somewhere. I know I have Hamlet somewhere. So I'm actually excited to read Hamlet at some point. Rereading it, I should say. And then, oh, this was such a fun story. Kiki's Delivery Service. Oh my god. After I read this, I immediately went to go watch the movie. It is such feel-good vibes. It really does, like, bring out that inner child in yourself. I just really like it. It's so cute. And I love how she's drawn. I love the art in this book. It's just every time I now look at this book, there's just like that warmth coming from it, from the memory of reading this. And I read this in a day at work, and it wasn't super hard because it is a children's book, but it was just so nice and so fun to read. Definitely would do it again. And Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. You were a dense motherfucker. And you took forever to read. So yeah, if you didn't know this already, I batch make videos for the most part. And the reason why is because this book took almost a full month just to get through. Maybe a little bit more than that. So thankfully I already had videos like stockpiled up while I was trying to read it. But yeah, no. It's a good story. The story itself is good. The reading was interesting. Trying to actually get through it, but you know, I will most likely read The Two Towers and Return of the King eventually. Maybe not anytime soon, but eventually I will end up reading Lord of the Rings and I'll be done with it. So I have read one more book, and you guys probably already saw the video of it out, and that is Santa Cruz. I don't have the physical copy with me. I took that on vacation with me, and it's not technically my book, it's my mother's book. I explained it in the video where her books are my books and my books are her books, essentially. But the books that are physically in my room on my shelves, like, those are mine forever. So she has the book. I don't physically have it with me, but I feel like it was a good way to round out this year with my videos and everything. I still have a few more books that I need to review and talk about that I've read during this year, but I'm not going to get into it just yet, or probably at all in this video. But instead I want to talk about my book resolutions for 2026, because I didn't actually think I was going to have any, I guess, but really simple, really easy. I have a list of books that I want to read this year, and it is 100 books, but we're just gonna ignore that. I'm not going to try and read 100 books. I'm going to try and just read. That is my main goal. I have picked out 100 books, like in a list from 1 to 100 from my book catalog of all the books that I have on my bookshelves. And my main goal is just try and get through as many books as possible, make videos for each of those books, and to just have fun with it. I mean, normally how I would pick out a book to read is vibe based on how I'm feeling, how if I want to read something like more serious or more whimsical or silly or anything like that. But what I realized is that when I go off of vibes only, nothing gets read when I need it to get read. So I figured having a list with randomization of like all the books, and it's 100 books, so that way I don't have to worry about, like, oh, if I like read 5 books within a month, then what am I gonna do then? It's like, no, I picked out 100 books. That's more than plenty for the year, and we're just gonna see how it goes. I do have a couple of free spaces, here or there scattered throughout the 100 slots, and that's if I do have a book that I really, really, really want to read, free space, I'll just read it right then and there. And it's not a perfect system, but I feel like it's a system that'll work for me. And I've told this to my friends and family, and they're like, oh, well, what if there's a book that you actually don't want to read right then and there? And I'm like, well, at some point I did want to read this or else it would not be on my shelf. Like, most of those books I bought from thrift stores or from Barnes & Noble, books that family members gave me that I would be like, am I actually going to keep this? Or am I going to get rid of this? But 90% of those books are books that I looked at and went, yeah, I think I will like this book and I'm going to give it a shot. So hypothetically, no matter what book I have on that list, no matter what time of the year, or however I'm feeling, hypothetically, I should like that book. So it's going to be a great way to try and get me to keep on reading and not get myself back into another reading slump as the winter goes on. And I am very excited and very nervous for year 2026. But hopefully this upcoming year will be good for me, as it will be good for all of you guys'. And I'll let you know if anything big or major changes. And thank you guys so much for subscribing, for watching my videos, likes, the comments even on my shorts as well. It's been an experience. It's been a wonderful experience, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. So Happy New Year, and hopefully this year will be the best that we can make of it. How lucky we are. All right. Have a good one, book nerds, and I will see you in the next chapter. Bye.